Hey everybody, it's Wild Women with Wine night. It's Thursday, S-H-I-T. So gonna wait for Karen to come in and give you guys a chance to come in. Remember that these lives are put up on my YouTube channel within a couple of weeks of airing. So if you want to go back and listen to some of the shows, they're all on there, at least most of them that we didn't lose accidentally. Hey everybody, I see people coming in. Good evening, good evening. Karen started a live. I think she was supposed to come in here. Oops. I wonder what's going on with her. Let's see if I can message her. So as you come in, let us know if you've told us before. Let everybody else know where you're from and what time is it where you are. I always like to know what the time differences are. Right now it's 5 p.m. here in California, so I'm curious what time it is where you are, and whether some of you are up early or some of you are staying up later. See if Karen finds us here. It's cold here in Northern California today. Of course, my heater at the house died, so I have to wait until stay at California. Oh, nice. Yes, we are in California. There's Karen. Yep, we are in California. Make sure my volume's turned up. Hi.
Hello. What was that I was listening to about your heater?
My heater went out here. So, you know, we've been kind of eking this heater along. It's a heater air conditioner unit. We put a new one in when we moved in, and that was 28 years ago. So it's probably time for a new one, but you know, it always dies when it's really cold or really hot. It can't just do that when it's temperate out. So today is like freezing. So I've been running around the house all bundled up and
freezing. What temperature? Just tell me what freezing to you is.
Well, I mean, I'm from California. So in the 60s, it's cold.
No, that's not freezing, okay?
I
10
know.
below, wind chill, feeling like 40 below in Chicago. That's cold.
I know.
I actually keep my air conditioning to 60s when I'm sleeping because I get so hot.
Oh, I do too. So, I mean, it's perfect at night, but during the day, it's like,
during the day, it's a little
chilly. So do you have wine?
I sure do. I just opened the Karen Birmingham.
Nice.
Yes, it's a Lodi, California Zinfandel. Yes, it's the first wine I've had all week. I don't know. I have not been in the mood to drink anything this week.
It's good. It's okay. You know, it's got to be a mood thing, right?
So someone just commented recently on one of my old YouTube videos from 2014. Guess who's in it? None other than Nancy Sutton Pierce.
Oh, what was that?
It's called Cougar's Tips for Younger Men Dating Older Women.
Oh, the one we did.
Yes. So if anybody wants to see that,
oh my God,
they could go to YouTube, or I'm going to send a link to Nancy.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it again. Oh my God, that's so fun.
I actually I may put it on unlisted, and the only people that can see it are people that are joining our patrons.
Oh, perfect. Perfect.
It's a little special gift to patrons only. So if you want to see it now, you better go right now because it's going up. It's going down.
Well, and speaking of putting things up on Patreon.
Patreon.
So I am, speaking of cougars, I did a little acting interview.
Oh, yes, you did.
For like pretending I was a cougar, right?
Yeah.
And talking, and I was interviewed by my husband, who's you can't hear his voice, ask me the questions, but they're quite provocative questions. And I shared this film that's never been seen before. We actually filmed it for my Eroticos Film Festival, which we put on in 2012. But we didn't show it because, seeing as how I was the owner of the film festival, it didn't seem right that I would put a film in. But it's a short film. It's about 14 minutes. And what did you think, Karen? Do you want to give a little critique?
I'll give a testament that you guys are going to get very hot and bothered. It's actually really good. It's very well done. I was impressed with it.
Did you get hot and bothered?
Of course.
Did you?
I got hot and bothered.
Was I descriptive?
She was very descriptive. I always am not paying as close attention because something's going on. So my YouTube is actually, I don't know what's happening. It's acting up on me. But anyway, it's a great film. So I suggest you guys watch it. It's really,
but I'm only putting it up on my Patreon. So if you want to watch it, you got to at least invest in the work that I've put in.
Right.
I have about 19 patrons now that have been really investing in my work for the last 10 months. And this is kind of a culmination of me having some resources to put in time and effort to re-edit and put this short film together. And we've got a lot more that we want to create, but it takes money to do that, right?
Yep, it takes money. So if you want to see it, pony up.
Yeah. So like Karen, all of her video, the editing and the producing, and Karen and Cam do a lot of work to put those things together. And so the more people understand that nobody's giving us these sources for free. So it's, vote with your dollars.
There you go. So if you want to see either of our special films, join us on Patreon. You can see her at patreon.com/Dr. Nancy. Uh-oh, what happened? We lost the sound. I lost your sound. Are you
there?
Yeah, I got you back, but I lost you for a minute. That was scary. Uh-oh, back to that same thing again.
Okay, there we go.
It was bouncing back and forth.
Yeah, Mark tried to call through, so I'm gonna see if I can text him.
So yeah, Patreon is where you can support your favorite people. Mrs. L, thank you for joining us here on YouTube. I am going to attempt to go on TikTok. We are probably going to last about 15 minutes, maybe less, maybe 5 minutes. But I'm attempting to go on TikTok, and hopefully don't say anything sexual. Don't say the word sex.
Schmexual.
Don't say schmeck. Don't say anything sexual. Okay, just say eggplant, say clam, and say.
How are we going to talk about our topic for tonight?
All right, so the topic tonight is a spicy one. We got some good answers on we started this on Sex Talk with Her Mom, the podcast, when we asked the question of the week. So we thought we're going to keep up with the same theme. And the topic is basically, in terms of consensual sex, what have you learned that you know now about whoopee that you didn't know that back then? What would you tell your first?
God, we're back to the 50s where we have to say whoopee.
Whoopee. Okay. So I'm not.
When did that other word become an illegal word?
I don't know. And yet on TikTok, I've seen sex educators be able to speak very graphically about anatomical parts. So I think it really depends on if you have a connection at TikTok. That's what I think.
Probably if you're buying a lot of advertising space.
Maybe. I don't know. All right. So
just saying.
Let me, I'm going to try to go on TikTok and we'll see how long we last. And if not, just remember, it's all about whoopee.
All about whoopee.
And same thing for you, you little YouTubers. I got Mrs. L, The Prince of Darkness, Return to the Stars, and Mo Jones. I love watching your cute lips talk. Well, that's very special. It's sweet, cute lips. I have cute lips. So what have you? Oh, it's losing connections too. What have you guys? Hey there, Ron. Thank you for buying the badge there. He bought
Yeah, thank you.
badges. What have you guys learned now as the years passed on? I'll start with Nancy. What have you learned about yourself that you did not know back then?
How long do we have?
Well, in terms of consensual whoopee.
I think I've definitely learned how to ask for what I want and guide my partner to know how to learn how to please me.
Do you even ask, or do you just demand?
I show, I cajole, I entice. I give feedback that's positive.
Right.
I'm a big one for positive feedback gets you more spice, right?
Right.
So I give feedback that's of what I like, and when something's happening that I don't like, my feedback goes near.
Well, the other thing is, it is super, Whoopi Goldberg, it is super important for you, and it's part of being like consensual whoopee, that you do this, that you say what you like and say what you don't like.
Right.
But if you don't tell that other person that while you're making whoopee that you like something a certain way, that person's not a mind reader, and that person doesn't understand like what they're doing right or wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I just heard of a teenager that just had their debut, and it was not a positive experience, and she was
sorry,
really upset because it wasn't anything that she had thought it would be. I'm not sure what she thought, but she had no tools to teach her partner
right,
what she would like.
well,
You know?
so I guess the first thing that I would tell myself is that learn my own machine.
Yeah, you have to learn how to drive your own car before you can drive somebody else's car.
I gotta drive that Porsche before I just go ahead and just jump in behind the wheel, because Lord knows we don't want to break any cars.
Right.
I mean, you really need to know what you're doing.
Yeah, before you sit on that whoopee cushion.
MQ Jones says they should do a video with Shane Diesel.
I know Shane Diesel, and no, I'm not doing a video with Shane Diesel.
Unless it's an interview, we don't.
He's a super nice guy, but not a chance.
Okay, sorry about that, MQ Jones. Hi there from Texas. Hi there, you cute little TikTokers. Here's a funny thing about TikTok. I could spend hours refining a TikTok video and get 200 views, or I literally ask my partner to video me when I'm not even woken up yet. I'm barely up. I turn the light on. I got my coffee. And I say, can you video me? I say, the best part of waking up is waking up. And that gets like 3,000 views.
Because it's real. That's why reality TV, even though it's not real, people are told this is reality TV.
But if my makeup didn't look like I would like to know also, how is it that I could take my makeup off at night and it's still in my face in the morning, all over the face?
You need better makeup remover.
Anyway, so back to the question of the day. We're speaking of whoopee.
Okay, this is a great one. I learned to never make the first move and to steer clear when drinking is involved. 100% consent. Here. That's awesome.
Okay, so I know a lot of people say steer clear when drinking is involved, but I like a little glass of wine or a little thing to smoke now and then. I don't think there's a problem with that.
I think that's different than being shit-faced.
Washed, yeah.
Yeah.
That's never going to turn out the way you think it is.
Well, I've the more counseling I do, and the more counseling I do of people, the couples that are in the swinging lifestyle,
Right.
it's really interesting to learn how many women have to get pretty hammered to go and do what they're doing.
Right.
And I'm just kind of appalled by that, because I'm like, you realize it's not consensual then.
Right.
You know, that,
Yeah.
I mean, these house parties and stuff, they shouldn't be serving alcohol, because you can't be consensual. You could have a drink to loosen up a little, fine. But if you have to be slamming down shots
Right.
to do what you have been asked to do, it's not consensual. Don't do it. You don't have to do it. Say no. It's okay to say no.
Just thank you for all the compliments, by the way, on these all the different platforms. So what we're doing right now is I am on with Dr. Nancy on Instagram, and then you can just see me on YouTube and TikTok until we figure out a better system, which I think one day I'm going to figure out. I used to be able to do it where I'd have the 3 cameras at once, or 3 different ways, and you put it through something. If anybody knows, figure out a way to get in contact with me and tell me what to do, so that they can see you and me at the same time.
That'd be awesome. So
is there anything else that you learned that you like or don't like from your past that you know now?
well, I mean, I learned that if I really am not turned on by somebody, or I'm not turned on at the time, that it's okay to say not now.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I think because, you know, sometimes your head's just not in the game, right? You're distracted with whatever you're worried about or stressed about, and
But you can change your mind too, and it's okay to say, "Hey, I'm ready."
well, I have said that, changed my mind.
You can change your mind either way. I changed my mind.
Change my mind for me.
I was telling someone get out the door, and then I was like, "Wait a second, what am I doing? Get back in here." Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I have a choice. Oh, damn. Okay, I want it. So
Um,
Brady says, I think whoopee is better if you are buzzed or kind of high. No.
no. I mean, I agree with the kind of high. Sometimes it can be better, but it says you don't have to be like completely like. I think there's just like everything in life, it's moderation.
But for me, if you have to use substances to have something be good, is it really good, or is it the substances that are good?
It's both. If you use a substance like medicinal marijuana and it makes everything tingle, it's like an enhancement. It's the same thing as if you use vibrators or visual media of adult entertainment. To me, it's all fun and games, and as long as you're enjoying yourself, it doesn't really matter. Is that the only way you can do it? Maybe, but I mean, to me, they're just add-ons.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, they're not necessities, but it's like having whipped cream on top of a piece of cake.
All right. I mean, I can relate to that.
Why are you crying, buddy?
Oh, what's my boy doing? Well, you cut his balls off. What do you expect?
Oh, I cut his peas off.
Yes. So why are women so much better at doing things in moderation than men? Are they? That's quite a gender judgment. I'm not sure that that's true, but okay. I don't have an answer to that.
So I missed what that question was because I was getting Buddy to see.
So why does it seem like women are better at doing things in moderation than men?
I know some women who are not good at doing things in moderation, have several DUIs, and are still drinking. And I know some men that are, you know, as calm as cucumbers and don't do anything remotely
right
outside of moderation. So I don't think there's a gender normative there.
So before I ask you the same question back that we're talking about tonight, we have badges turned on.
Badges,
You
guys.
can give us a little tips and just to
Give
say thank
give
you
a little love here.
for being here to answer your questions. You know, Karen and I both get peppered with questions all week long
Oh,
from
I just
people.
got peppered. I just got peppered today.
Yeah,
I
it's like
get peppered daily.
people that want a free counseling, have questions they want to ask us to take up our time during the day. So we devote this hour every week to answer your questions. So this is the time to ask them.
Yeah, I actually got a huge note that I wanted to share, which I'd have to find it somewhere, from this guy who gave me, like, literally it was like 2 or 3 pages emailed to me about his questions, and I'm like, this is not going to be answered right here. This is,
No, I just say, people say, can I take your time and ask you questions and not pay you? And I just say no.
no, say no to
No,
free counseling. Hey,
no.
but I will say hello to people that are saying hi to me here on TikTok from Kenya. That's pretty cool.
That
And
is,
if you can get more people involved in TikTok, all you gotta do is press the screen and see little hearts go by, and then maybe more people join us. The Prince of Darkness says no. I'm not sure what you're saying no to. Happy Thursday to you. Scratch and win. Boom.
we have somebody on our Instagram from Uganda also.
This
That
is
says
pretty
they
cool.
need our prayers because they had a suicide bomb attacks. I'm so
Wednesday?
sorry. I guess so.
Oh,
Sending loads.
that's not good.
When will humans become humane?
I don't know. I don't know at all.
We are like the cruelest animal on the planet.
Horrible. So yeah, if you have any,
Hi, Megan.
if you, Megan, the blue hair girl, hey there, thank you, Featherfoot.
Oh, thank you, Featherfoot. It's a great name.
It is a great name. I'd love to come up. So anyway, if you guys have things that you learned over the years that you want to talk about, let us know what those are. Megan, I'm sure you have a few.
So what have you learned?
What I have learned, like I said before, I've learned about my own Porsche or Ferrari.
Yeah.
I've learned
Lamborghini.
I've learned how to make my Lamborghini purr. And because I've learned that, I've learned to communicate that. And I think that's what's the beauty of being an older, experienced woman or man. The experience of knowing what you like and knowing what you don't like is something I communicate to my partner.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
What do you guys think? I got a lot of people here on TikTok and YouTube. What do you guys think?
What have you learned from your consensual whoopee experiences?
When you're doing whoopee, what have you learned? Going to Vegas tomorrow. Really looking forward to a week there. That's fun. Any places I recommend in Vegas? Yeah, I love Vegas. Yeah, I don't know where to begin. Okay, Mrs. Elves. The most important thing for me is to be very acceptable and encouraging with others' needs and value their desires, and at the same time, don't demand anything from another person and don't allow others to demand anything from me either. We're on the same page there, Mrs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Megan just gave us some badges. Thank you, Megan.
Thank you, Megan.
You're so sweet.
She is a doc.
Brady says one thing he's learned is that consent is very important. Absolutely.
Well, I guess it is very important. 100%.
Otherwise, it's called rape.
But I like what Mrs. Elf said about other people's needs and being conscious of that, because we were just talking about our own needs and wants, but we really should be conscious of what our partner's needs and wants are when they're making whoopee.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a my mentor referred to the whoopee word as an exchange of energy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think.
Who is your mentor?
Ava Cadell.
An exchange of energy. I like that, because energy
With,
kind of stays with you. So I like that.
So because otherwise, I mean, if you're just wanting that kind of pleasure, you can do that yourself, right? You don't need to be with another person to do that.
Right. That's what makes it. Yeah, the exchange of energy. I like it.
So when you're with another human or many other humans or whatever, however you'd like to arrange it, it's an exchange of actual energy. It's not just the whoopee energy, but
Yeah.
it's an energetic shift and exchange and sharing.
And I've done videos about this where I feel like it's this energy, whatever it is, stays with you for the rest of your life.
Oh yeah. Well, especially if there's fluid bonding, that changes your DNA.
Right.
So,
But if you're touching someone else and the skin is to skin, there's going to be some sort of a contact, or even
totally.
you're close enough. And so I know a lot of people, not a lot of people there, most of the people on TikTok are super sweet about it, but some of them, make some comments like, I don't remember or whatever. And I don't know if I believe that. I mean, you remember something, you may not remember a name or where they live or, anything more than just you remember it.
Well, I mean, if you don't remember, then chances are you were under the influence of something that would block your memory, or it was traumatic.
Yeah. Or you're just blocking it because you just don't want to remember it.
Yeah.
So that you can
or you didn't invest anything in it. And I think that's probably something else I've learned, is that just a casual whoopee experience that's spontaneous, that has no depth to it, that no meaning, you don't even know the person. Those leave you feeling, I think, more empty than they do fulfilled.
Right.
For me.
Also, the way you handle the person after that makes a big difference, because I remember with one exchange of whoopee that I had, the next day, the person that I had the whoopee with decided to ignore me.
That's crushing.
Well, it's crushing if I gave a shit. But since I didn't give a shit, I was just like, what's wrong with you? You don't need to act like that because you feel uncomfortable. Sometimes you're uncomfortable and it's okay,
Well, but that's such a personal exchange.
And then,
I mean, that's like
walk by and pretend
the most personal exchange. So then to treat somebody as if they're not even on the planet, that's just cruel.
Yeah, it's cruel, but
it's cruel.
It doesn't stay with me. Although the memory did enough for that, I can share it with all the people on TikTok and Instagram. And
right,
YouTube.
Right. I mean, that was like the ultimate ghosting, right? Like you were a ghost. They just didn't even see you
on a cruise ship.
So Brady says he's learned that monogamy is an option for people, not the standard. So that's awesome.
Wait, you have, okay, 1964, Harry. I like this guy. You have a glow, so my guess is you did.
You did what?
I don't know.
You did some whoopee.
Thank you for following the host, Richard.
Have you had whoopee?
I guess I've had whoopee in my life, definitely.
Yeah.
Anyway, has that ever happened to anybody? Have you ever been ghosted the day after you've made whoopee? Has that ever happened to you?
Yeah. I mean, in a sense, maybe that's where I was emanating from, was like,
maybe that's
that just feels so bad. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't want to see the person again and you just wanted to make whoopee,
yeah,
be honest about that at the time, and then you can still maintain some sort of dignity in relationship with that person later. But
right. Well, you can acknowledge their existence. You don't have to deny their existence because somehow you're embarrassed or you're afraid or whatever.
Yeah.
I mentioned the fluid bonding. Somebody once said fluid bonding, question. Does that need explanation?
Yeah. You guys, if thank you for following the host. This is very helpful, because then next time I go live, you'll know when I'm live.
Yeah, same here. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram and Karen, please follow us.
Yeah, follow.
I'm trying to get to 18,000 on my Instagram, and I've been at 17,900 for eons.
You know what? Mine has got stuck at a number, and it's so weird. Sometimes it'll go up like 100 or so, but it's so weird how it gets stuck.
Yeah. help me push it over to the 18,000 tonight, please. Just follow me. You don't have to do anything about it. Just follow me.
Go to
I'm just curious
lifestyle
if,
events.
if Instagram is like creating this block for me.
No, I don't know if it's Instagram, because it's just a strange. These platforms are very strange to all of us. I think it's just very strange. TikTok is the only one that keeps us going up. So
sweet
Thank
Chris
you.
Stiles is on here, and he says, "I love you, Chris." He says, "Communicate what you want before doing the whoopee."
Ooh,
That's that
call.
would be so mature.
That would be great. Thank you for the roses. Wait, someone named themselves Turd Cannon. Okay, thank you for the rose. It was very nice of you to send me a rose, but don't think of yourself as a turd.
Turd cannon.
Why do you think of yourself as a turd cannon? Why would you say that?
I mean,
but I appreciate the rose.
All human beings kind of are, aren't we?
We're all, I guess we all, I don't know if that's allowed to say that either on TikTok. Who knows? Yeah. You know, but
we all
thank you for following the host. And for the roses. Thank you for the rose. Anyway.
And we have badges going.
And go to Instagram.
We're gonna do just another minute. Do you want to switch it up tonight, or does it matter?
I don't know.
I mean, because you show us live on your doodah, right?
We do.
All right. Chris is direct. Love it, Chris. Love it. I love direct people. You don't have to try to guess what they're thinking. I think that's so exhausting when somebody's either shy or trying to be coy, and they don't speak their truth. It's like, damn it, just speak your truth. Tell me what you want, don't want, so that I don't have to
tell me what you want, what you really, really want. No, tell me.
Yeah.
I see a TikTok.
Don't mess with me.
Answer that. Tell me what you want, what you really want. Do you do the movie? Do I do the movie? I don't do the movie.
What, the movie
with a little projector. More likes can attract viewers. Keep it up. Okay, so make those little heart thingies. All you gotta do is push the face, and you see like little hearts come up, I think.
Brady's in rare form tonight. He says, I follow Dr. Nancy on Patreon for both advice and asking her out for dates.
That's very nice of you, Brady.
Brady, you're being spicy tonight, aren't you?
Brady used to follow me. I don't know. I hope I did not hurt your feelings, Brady. Anyway, before.
Did I steal him? Did I steal Brady from you?
She what's it called when you not pilfer?
Poach.
You poach. I think you poached Brady from me. That's okay.
I can share.
It's okay. All right. Is there any questions that you guys have for us? Because if you have questions, we can answer them. Should we bother switching over, or should we just start next week with my?
We could do that. We could do 1 week you, 1 week me, and that way I have one video to download and upload.
I think that's the call. I think.
Okay.
Thank you, Brady. Oh, you love her too. Thank you.
You have good taste, Brady.
Yeah, I feel much better. What am I going to do with Buddy? I think I'm going to get him.
Did you stop his sedation?
I added more sedation again. Don't. I did call the vet and I said, he's a little energetic. Can we keep him on the sedation for 1 more week? I'm begging you. All right. For those of you who don't know Buddy, here he is. He's Buddy Boy.
All right. Woo! Let's see Buddy. Ta-da!
Buddy. The star of the show.
I don't know where my kitty cat went.
Now, Buddy has this thing around him because he's not supposed to lick his little peas.
I've trained my kitty to come to this.
Oh my God! You got a smart kitty.
Yeah, look at. There she is.
Oh, she came and she. Oh my God! He's like literally sticking his tongue, like where it shouldn't be.
You want a treat? You want a treat? Here you go.
Yes, everyone says hi to Buddy here.
We have our little critters.
Well, thank you for sending the likes. Thank you.
Why is he barking? Is he bored? Yes, he's bored.
He's always bored unless I'm playing with him. You hurt Buddy's feelings. His manhood is gone. Yeah, Buddy.
Seriously.
but Buddy needed to have his manhood gone because he was taking over the whole house. He was
Does
turning
that
into the
does
alpha
that
dog.
does that actually emasculate them?
I'm hoping. I'm hoping
Because you've
something.
already taught him he's the alpha.
He's the boss.
Yeah.
He's a cute boss though, with a black beard. Oh, Megan saying, "Kitty." Hi, Karen. So I recently stumbled on your podcast. If I might say, it's very informative and making people feel that comfortable to open up. Ah, thank you so much, AHBIN. I so appreciate you telling us. My podcast is called Sex Talk with My Mom. I do it with my son. Exactly what we were hoping that you said. Please write a review on ratethispodcast.com or wherever you listen to the podcast, because I really appreciate you saying that. I want to get the word out about the podcast, and it's hard because there's so much, static in the air. Too much competition. Look at that little face.
She's sweet.
She's like the opposite of Buddy. Like she's got white little beard, and Buddy's got a black beard.
She has like one little white lip.
Jeremiah is going on a date with a cougar tomorrow. Woo!
Woohoo!
Sorry to bother you, Buddy. Buddy, for some reason, it needs to lick my whole body. Hey, beautiful ladies. I hope you ladies had a great day. Thank you, Dirty South. Very sweet. My dog still runs the house. Is there a time when they stop running the house? If there is, let me know. Thank you for the rose, Richard. Super love these little roses. Richard again sent me a rose. They're so sweet. What is your guys' best advice for a 24-year-old to meet cougars? The best advice we have is,
ta-da!
And you got a nice view of my armpit. My book.
And we got Buddy's head.
Cougars. This book has all the info you ever want to know in it, from me to you, as far as meeting, dating, attracting, just everything you want to know about cougar bars, cougar hangouts, just everything you want to know about cougars, but you're afraid to ask. It's all in this book called Fuck Games Date Cougars. It's in the form of a paperback, but it's also in a Kindle version. So check it out on Amazon and enjoy. Hi, Oscar. Kisses from Mexico. Aw. So do you have any best advice for a 24-year-old to meet cougars that's not in my book? Something we haven't thought about yet.
I mean, yeah, I think if you're hanging out with people your own age at places people your own age hang out, chances are you're going to meet people your own age.
Right.
So you have to figure out other things that you might be interested in, because you want to be genuine. You don't want to be a fraud and go places just to hook a cougar. Women will see through that.
Absolutely.
Right away. So if you have interests in things that are maybe a little more mature than people your age are interested in, then maybe you can seek out those events, those interests, and you'll meet people that are maybe a little bit older than you.
I'm going to give you a nice hint. Older women like wine. And I think just go to wine tastings.
More mature women like things that have meaning, that are rich, that are interesting,
or a passion.
That travel. They like to be learning. They like entertainment. That dancing. If you don't know, if you're a guy and you don't know how to dance, learn to dance.
I say you don't even have to learn as much as you have to put yourself out there and just do it. You don't have to be the best dancer. You can be the worst dancer and get, oh, he's so cute because he doesn't know what he's doing.
But a lot of guys are afraid to dance because they don't know how. So go take a few lessons. So you've got a couple moves that'll just get you out on the dance floor moving with somebody, and then you'll get more comfortable.
All the women, even in couples, when I would go to weddings or whatever, you look at all the women are dancing and the men are sitting there drinking their scotch, and there's one guy who's out on the dance floor with all the women. That's what you want to do. That one guy. I
love dancing.
I was at a club back in the day, and and I saw this group of guys, and I just said, which one of you guys wants to dance with me? And they all looked at each other like, oh my God, she just asked one of us to dance. And, like a deer in the headlights. And then one guy stepped up, we danced, and we were with each other for like a year later.
That's
so
awesome.
I suggest that you learn from that little story.
Well, let me just share a really, really, really important secret.
What?
Dancing is foreplay.
Ah.
It is foreplay.
Right. Dancing is foreplay.
Yeah.
Dancing is foreplay. I love that. Do you guys all know how to dance, or at least want to attempt to dance?
So
I think of whoopee as being a dance.
Well, okay, I'm gonna come back to that. So I gotta address this. AHVIN. Jeez Louise. Okay, that was a tongue twister. Wants more information about counseling, coaching. So you go to my website, drnsp.com, and click on the button that says how to work with Dr. Nancy. Right. And you'll see everything there.
Yes.
Okay.
If you want, both of us would be more than happy to do something on Patreon. I'm sharing stuff on Patreon, and I'm not getting very many responses. People are looking, but nobody responds. So what I think is the most beautiful thing about Patreon, besides getting to know people better, is you have a messaging capabilities that you're paying for it. Basically, you can just ask a quick question, and I'll message you back.
Right. Ditto.
It's more personal then. We'll both message you back. So you just go to Patreon, patreon.com/Karenlee or patreon.com/Dr. Nancy.
So Megan has a great question about, she says, it's not a sexy question, but I have a question about a health related one.
Okay.
About what are some things you can do or eat to help regulate your hormones? That's a great question, because a lot of our hormones are actually created in the gut. And so if your gut health isn't good, if you're not regular, if you're not eating fruits, vegetables,
nuts are really
important. Legumes, healthy fats. If you don't have a balanced diet, and if what you're putting in isn't coming out in a healthy way, we'll just say that, then your hormones can be adversely affected.
Thank you.
So the first step is to make sure you have really healthy gut, and then see where you go from there.
I'm glad you answered that question, because I have absolutely no idea, except to go to a doctor and get the right test done, so if you're lacking anything, and then.
But that doesn't tell you how. But that, sadly, the blood tests, the hormone tests that we do, don't tell you how you're utilizing hormones. They only tell you what's in the blood, which isn't necessarily how they're being utilized or where you're making them. Yeah. So, but gut health is huge. So any hormone doctor worth their weight in gold would know that, and they would guide you with that.
Nancy, we should have like a little bell of some sort, because this question comes up every week, and I just always wait for it to come up. And I'm gonna,
ding, 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 ding.
I'm going to see if it came up on YouTube. So I'm going to see if you can guess what the question is.
What's the biggest you've ever had?
No, close.
Or how young is the youngest
you'll go? Bingo. It's how old was
one of two.
How old was the youngest guy you've ever dated? Oh, it's actually not what I thought. It's actually it's a little different this time. What's that? It's not our typical how old is the youngest guy that you've been with. I don't know why my picture is blurry, because my picture is completely fine here. The question is, Karen, how old was the youngest guy you've ever dated? Is that the same question in a different form?
The same question. I mean, well, I think what people have to understand is that you haven't been dating other people for 12, 13, 14 years.
A decade I have not been dating.
Yeah. So, and ask back, why do you want to know?
All right, I'm going to ask that.
Yeah. Why do you want?
I think there's.
How is that information going to help you?
Okay. I'm guessing, Oscar, you're asking this because you want to find out if I would date someone as young as you. Am I right? Why can't, let's see, what is this? Thank you for following the host, Ryan. Anybody who follows me will then on TikTok know when I come on live in the next time. So make sure you put little hearts here that you're liking this live stream so that more people know that we're on.
Yeah, same with our Instagrams. Please
Yeah.
follow us.
Yes, maybe if you on Instagram, if you follow us on Instagram, then you
Send us little hearts. Can they send hearts on Instagram?
Yes,
And
I
wave?
wish I could send you hearts on my own. I'm going to try to send you hearts, but I can't do it on mine because it's.
Oh, I just saw a heart.
You saw a heart.
I
Yay,
did.
another heart. Woo!
We love hearts. We like badges. We like all that stuff.
Okay, wait.
Small things, simple
I have
things.
an anti-Semitic guy coming on my thing here, and that is a no-no. I am reporting him, and hopefully, I hope I didn't stop my whole YouTube, but it was really bad. Hate speech report. I just reported this dude. That was scary. Thanks for the report. Okie dokie. Adolf Hitler Party, kill all Jews forever. Now I'm Jewish, and that is unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. As a matter of fact, kind of scary. So I got to remove this shit.
Yeah. So custom record. You can't talk. You can talk with us by writing your questions in, but we're not going to talk privately with you here.
No. And as we said before, we have a Patreon page for private talks. Mrs. Elves 5 has the third question in the series is this a dress you are wearing to make you stand up? So they're asking about the dress so that you stand up. She's probably right. Oh, look at all the hearts. Woo!
What's that? They want to see your dress?
They want to see our dress. She said that's the third question. So they're saying, is that a dress you're wearing so that you'll stand up? Mm. Oh, thank you for those, whatever that is. It looks like a little crown of some sort from the Castle Fantasy. Thank you. Oh my God, I don't know what these are, but thank you for doing them. That's very sweet. And height from Philip Lane.
Somebody just asked us for favorite male porn stars. I have no favorite male porn stars.
I do.
Okay.
And it's only because I met him and he's a sweetheart and he's really has a good IQ about whoopee. His name is Derek Pierce. And I would suggest you go check out his work. He's amazing. He's been on our podcast and he's been on my YouTube channel, and I think he's a great guy. So
cool. So FSC Modeling 101 says, I want to see souls. We don't take requests.
Again,
not here. Thank you.
And Buddy should not be eating my microphones back here. My God. All right.
Oh God. The same guy says, is a size 9-inch penis a good size? If you had that, it would be, but you don't.
Otherwise you wouldn't be asking.
Yeah.
Actually, I mean, this bothers me too about eggplants. Men feel like the bigger the better, but women don't feel that way.
No.
As a matter of fact, if you don't know what you're doing, it can be very painful. So
yeah,
not so.
Absolutely.
And don't.
Well, men think that whoopee is all about their
eggplant.
Their eggplant.
Or their zucchini.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not. It's just not. It is for you, but it's not for us.
It's not. It's really not. It's actually a detriment. And I had a guy ask me about that. Mr. Jiggaman. He's always asking me because he does have one that's extraordinarily large, and he's like, I don't know what to do because a lot of women are turned off by it or scared of it or whatever. So I just told him to learn how to use it. Yeah. But anyway, let's not go down that road because I will end up losing all my TikTok family here.
So somebody's saying that he's seen women state a certain size minimum on their profiles on online dating sites.
What does that mean?
That they'll say, if you're not this many inches farther, those are probably men.
Yes, those are probably not women that you want to date. Buddy, stay away from those microphones. He's got his donut on his head. he can't be licking certain areas of his body, so he's licking our microphones.
Somebody
Anyway,
asked me my take on porn. I mean, I think it's great for entertainment. It's fun. It's sexy. It kind of gets your mind out of your routine and into something a little bit more erotic. Sadly, I think that too many young people use it as education because there's no other education process. And then they try to emulate it, and it's a disaster for teenagers to act it out. I see the end result of that in my counseling. So,
well, it looks like we just got violations on TikTok.
how?
I don't know. I honestly.
Does somebody report you?
Yeah.
What?
It says this recording is no longer available due to violations on our community guidelines. See violation details. Again, I don't know what the hell's going on.
We were so careful.
Okay.
Wow.
So now we can go ham on the other ones. No, I'm just kidding. Oscar said, yes, the question is to know if a young person can get along even with the age difference, thinking about a more serious relationship, not just sex. Oscar, you know the answer to that as well. By the way, it's okay for people to ban me for saying whatever I said on TikTok, but this guy is able to say Adolf Hitler, Nazi Party, kill all the Jews. I mean,
right. And that's okay, but we can't say eggplants or other things.
It's unbelievable. It's just unfortunate.
It's a bunch of puritanical, prudish.
How do you really feel about it, Nancy?
Uptight, asexual people that are making these rules that never get any. They're never gonna get any, and they're jealous of anybody who is getting any. That's how I think.
It's a shame. It's a damn shame.
Yeah.
Anyway, you know what?
So this is intertwined that no one ever talks about the size of vaginas or clits, only penises. That's because it doesn't matter.
None of this matters.
It doesn't matter. None of them matter. It's ridiculous that men are so obsessed with the size of their penis when they have all these other tools to use.
Like their
fingers.
fingers.
Very pleasurable. Fingers, mouths, mind, attitude, learn to dance, be kind, be generous, be loving, be compassionate, be respectful, be interesting. Those are all hugely sexy. Sex and intimacy and whoopee and whatever we're going to call it isn't about your penis.
That's a Dr. Nancy Sutton Pierce quote right there.
God dang it. It just is like, what did you need to shake these guys? It's like, this is not about that.
Wait a second. So B44 Harris, like playing in the PGA? What? I don't know what that means. Okay, so not all men think that way. Scratch and win boom. The knowledge I acquired from experience with cougars is to slow down and focus on the intimacy and the foreplay, and her body will give you instructions. Then you asked me what I learned from the porn star, Derek Pierce. That's what I learned from him, is that it's watching and observing the woman for him. So he watches and he observes, like the breathing is changing, and he'll tell her that, oh, I noticed your breathing is changing. He'll notice like that she gets flushed in the face. He'll point that out to her. So that is like a turn on for the partner that you're with. If you can point out what you're observing, that's a really good. And thank you, Scratch and Sniff, for sharing all that.
Totally. If you're not aware,
or it's not all about the stroke either. It's not. It's not all about anything in particular.
No, it's about the exchange of energy. What kind of energy are you exchanging?
Maurice says, yep, but women's reactions will tell you what to do. I mean, again, it can be one way or the other. I had a guy that was like, is this okay? Is this okay? Is this okay? Is this okay? It was the most annoying thing ever. And I had other people that think that I'm liking something and going full throttle, but not really asking if I'm liking it, and it wasn't good. And
Or not paying attention to
or
your
not
cue.
paying attention to the, I'm like going, stop, 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 or ouch, ouch, ouch. And he's thinking, yeah, that, you know, so
Well,
basically you need to communicate.
so here's one thing that I've seen that I it cracks me up. All right, you're off TikTok now, so we can just kind of go for it,
Just
right?
go ham.
All right. So it's like when you're watching porn and you see the girl on her hands and knees and the guy's going at her from behind and he's just smack, just pounding her, and she's reaching back and she's trying to push him, right? She's trying to hold him back, and the guy's like, yeah, she likes it, and I go, no, it hurts.
Right.
She's trying to say, back off, buddy. It's like, that's not the sign of, you know, of, yeah, give it to me more. The sound she's making is pain. Yeah. You have to understand there's a difference.
There is a big difference. And also, there's a lot of tricks that the cameramen and the videographers and the editors do for adult entertainment. I just was on our, both my son and I were sex talk with them. We're on another podcast for Sylvia Sage, who is a phenomenal, funny, wonderful adult entertainer. And she's got a great podcast, which is, it'll be coming out if you just search for Sylvia Sage, Silivia in the future, or just follow me. You'll know when this podcast is out. But she talked all about like the inside secrets of what goes on. Like if a guy comes too soon, what kind of stuff that they'll use. They'll use different products to show, or they'll have some guy come in as, you know, as a replacement. So what you're thinking, a woman likes being pounded 24/7, is not the way. It's just all, this is all entertainment, and it's all, I'm not saying it's all fake. I mean, but if you think that, you know, a woman likes to someone using their finger like this, like repeatedly, like going crazy, you know, just like,
or this with your hand, that hurts. You know, there's so much more you can do in there.
The same thing with this idea about having it all over your face and everything else. She's like, I don't like that. It hurts the eyes and everything else.
It stings.
And they don't even necessarily use, what did she tell me that they used instead of, it wasn't milk, it was some other product. I forgot what she calls it, but they use something.
It'll be like tapioca or something.
It was something like that. What are you doing?
Yeah. Well, and I think, you know, if you've ever been on a porn set, you know, I mean, you see that it's so not hot.
Yeah.
So it's entertainment.
Is the lighting, and the lighting is hot.
Well, that's true. But it's,
the Viagra that's being used, you're right, Right. Brady.
Absolutely. The Viagra. But I think, you know, everybody's different. And I think that's the key is, you know, when people say, well, what do women like? I mean, we get that a lot, right, Karen? We get, well, what do women like? What do cougars like? What are, you know, whatever.
Right.
Was like, how the hell do we know? We're not the spokespeople for all women.
And the thing
we can only say what we like.
It's the snowflake philosophy.
Yeah,
every
it is.
single person is different, right? Every woman is different of any age. That we're all different and we like different things. So what I like, maybe Nancy would hate, and what Nancy likes, maybe I would hate. I mean, there might be some generalities, but it's not.
Karen's really, really freaky.
I'm a fucking nut. No.
She's a freak in the sheets.
I mean, or I could be extremely vanilla. It just really depends. And it depends on a lot of things. We got some more comments here on YouTube. Can't be selfish lover, gotta be very attentive, says Maurice. Agreed. Lafayette Hartfield. Hi, Karen and Dr. Nancy. I'm 37 and been with many cougars between 60 and 83. Woo! Oh boy. Starting when I was 20. I would like to get married, but I'm too addicted to cougars that don't want to. So what is the need for the actual marriage certificate, Lafayette? Just have fun and do what you're doing. Just enjoy your life.
Hey, Karen, real quick, do you know, or do they shut us off at an hour now still?
I don't know. We'll find that out pretty quickly, though. So before we leave, I just want to say, Thomas says, would you go for a 25-year-old? That's exactly what I'm talking about, not to say. I just want to say thank you for joining us every week on this Wild Women with Wine show that we do. We really love your comments. We love having you here. Um, we like your questions, and we especially like when you don't say Nazi propaganda on my YouTube. But if you want to find Nancy,
Don't say that either.
don't say that on hers either. But would you like to share where you can find you?
Dr. Nancy Sutton Pierce, and you can find me everywhere. If you go to Patreon /Dr. Nancy, I have my short film being debuted on Patreon only on Saturday at 5 p.m. So you might want to check in. It's called The Cougar, and it's a very erotic interview.
She's teasing you, but it's true.
It was fun to play act. So I'm not an actor at all. You know, I can play myself, but this was a stretch for me. It's a very vulnerable role for me to play because it is a stretch for me to be in that mindset of acting. So it's on my Patreon page. You go to patreon.com/Dr. Nancy and become a member. You gotta pay to play, because it's really a thank you. This creation is a thank you to all the people that have been supporting me for all this time. So, do you look like a doctor or a psychiatrist? We could play one on TV. You could audition.
You should audition.
You should audition.
Anyway, and if you would like to find her work, she's on Instagram.
Or just go to my website, drnsp.com. You can find out about my events. I've got some really fun erotic events coming up. I've got Valentine's week for lovers, February, and then I have singles. I know, singles and couples and whoever, thruples and whatever, in June of 2022 in Jamaica. It's going to be a blast, and then I'm taking a vacation in January in Mexico. I'm going to a hotel called Naked.
Oh, you're going to be naked as a jaybird. I don't know that my dad used to say that. Thank you to Ron, and thank you to everybody who is on YouTube. You can also find me on my podcast, and now we're doing our whole podcast is on YouTube, so you can see Sex Talk with My Mom on YouTube. I'm going to put some of mine and Nancy's earlier work from 2014 on my Patreon.
Can't wait to see that.
Send you the link so you can join me at patreon.com/Karen.
Did you see my sweatshirt?
Jamaica man. So so if you need to find us, you know where to do it. You found us so far on these opportunities, so I'm sure you can find us on these other platforms, and we look forward to seeing you.
Thanks for the badges, everybody.
We really
appreciate that.
I know they're not that much, but it makes us laugh, and we like it. And maybe one day we'll be able to buy a bottle of wine with it.
Well, when Karen and I get together, we do go treat ourselves to a dinner usually, and we think of you and we thank you, and you know, it's it helps make us feel like you value our time. You know,
that's very sweet.
I think it's hard for women, don't you, to ask for money?
No,
you don't. You don't think in general women have a hard time asking for money?
I know a lot of women have no problems asking for money, and they're called gold diggers. Well, depends on where I'm hanging out.
Yeah.
You can find women that don't ask for money and should ask for money. You find women that ask for money and shouldn't ask for money. And women who've asked for money and asked for too much and ended up breaking up with people because they were too aggressive with that. So it's a balance. See you next time, Lafayette. All right, I'm gonna say adios to my YouTubers. I love you guys. Come back again next week.
All right. Thanks, Megan. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, everybody, for being here tonight. Brady.
Brady.
All of y'all, you've been amazing. Thanks for your questions and comments, and we love you. We'll be back next Next week's Thanksgiving.
Oh, we won't be here next week, you guys. We're taking a bye week.
Yeah,
We'll
we're
see you
going to
the
be
following
we're
week.
going to be stuffed like a turkey.
Okay. It's good thing you didn't say that when we were doing my stream. That would have been bad.
I mean, too much food.
Yeah, right. Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.